President Obama did it again.
Yeah, today, women make up about half our workforce, but they still make 77 cents for every dollar a man earns. That is wrong. And in 2014, it's an embarrassment.
77 cents on the dollar for every dollar earned by a female. They are still saying this, even though it is patently untrue. And the question now is, why does the administration still saying it? We put an article up on LarryElder.com where an analyst has gone over all of this stuff. And when you compare apples to apples, and you look at who majored in what, and it turns out that of the highest paid majors in college, they are dominated by men. The lowest paid majors in college are dominated by women. Is this thing on? But President Obama still keeps doing it.
Yeah, today, women make up about half our workforce, but they still make 77 cents for every dollar a man earns. That is wrong. And in 2014, it's an embarrassment.
Why do you suppose he keeps saying it? It is patently untrue. Does he think women are stupid? Does he think men are stupid? Does he think we're both stupid? Does it matter? The same kind of untruth that drives the whole debate on minimum wage. As I mentioned, the daughter of Woody Allen, her name is Dylan Farrow, sent a letter to the New York Times, and they published it, an open letter accusing her father, Woody Allen, of molesting her when she was a child. Now, some people believe that Woody Allen is not her biological father. Some people believe that Frank Sinatra is. But for all intents and purposes, legally anyway, it is assumed that Woody Allen is her father. And you might remember there was a very, very ugly family court fight between Mia Farrow and her longtime boyfriend. I don't think they never got married, Woody Allen. And she accused Woody Allen of molesting his then, I think, 2 or 3 year old daughter, Dylan. And it was a big back and forth, big investigation. No charges were ever filed. It was kind of unclear as to why no charges were ever filed. There's a big piece about this in the Daily Beast. John Phillips was talking about it, and in the Daily Beast they said that Woody Allen took a lie detector test, passed it, but Mia and the daughter, Dylan, would not take a detector test, and therefore the authorities thought they didn't have sufficient grounds. In the article in the New York Times, however, the writer who published it says that a panel of psychiatrists agreed that it was likely that Woody Allen had in fact done this, but that Dylan's mom, Mia, did not want to press charges because she didn't want to put the daughter through all of this. In any case, a letter has now been published in the New York Times accusing Woody Allen of having molested this little girl for a long period of time. And she said she didn't say anything because she was afraid. They knew how highly regarded her dad was. She was in therapy forever. She's now happily married and well-adjusted, she says. However, because her father, Woody Allen, just got an award for all of his work from the Golden Globes and is being honored for his film Blue Jasmine. The Academy Award for Best Actress is very likely going to go to Cate Blanchett. She wrote the letter and said, "How would you people, all you people who've worked with my dad, feel if you knew what he had done to me? You are essentially endorsing what he's done to me." That's what the letter said. Now, Woody Allen is not running for president. Woody Allen is a filmmaker. And even if everything she alleges is true, there's nothing to do with whether or not we can like or not like Woody Allen's work. And I don't believe that Cate Blanchett should be affected negatively by this allegation made by Woody Allen's son. I will say this, though. This could very well have an impact on the presidential race, and I'll tell you why. This daughter claims that her father, Woody Allen, molested me. And that when I said so, and when my mom said so, we were branded as liars. Her brother is named Ronan Farrow. Ronan Farrow worked for Hillary in some sort of capacity as some sort of youth counselor advisor. Ronan has publicly sided with his sister. And Ronan is very angry that his sister and his mother were called liars by a lot of people whom he felt were defending Woody Allen just because Woody Allen is a famous rich director. Ronan is very, very angry at the treatment that his mother received. And he feels his mother and his sister were victimized a second time by people who called them liars. Did I mention he works for Hillary Rodham Clinton? According to Juanita Broderick, the woman who was allegedly raped by Bill Clinton when he was Attorney General, Hillary approached her and threatened her. And according to a number of things I read, including a recent book, the strategy behind maligning all of these women, whether it's Paula Jones, whether it's Monica Lewinsky, who was called delusional, Paula Jones was called a liar, Kathleen Willey was called a liar, Jennifer Flowers was called a saloon singer. Juanita Broaddrick was called a liar. Kathleen Willey was called a liar. According to this book, this so-called nuts or sluts strategy, either they're nuts or sluts. It was called the nuts or sluts strategy. Guess who the ringleader of that nuts or slut strategy was? You got it, Hillary Rodham Clinton. Now, do you really believe that Hillary Rodham Clinton, a hands-on person that Bill Clinton ran and campaigned as being a co-president, had nothing whatever to do with this strategy that maligned all of these women, that called them all liars or said they were all delusional, some of whom have been later on vindicated? Paula Jones was called a liar, said the lawsuit had no merit. Later on, she received $800,000. Jennifer Flowers was called a saloon singer. Later on, Bill Clinton admitted that he did indeed have an affair with her. This is not about Bill Clinton. It's about the woman running for president, Hillary Rodham Clinton. And what did she know, and when did she know it, and how was she behind this nuts or sluts strategy? In an era where the opposition party is accused of engaging in a war on women, you're damn right it's a campaign issue. And I'll tell you what, with Ted Cruz in the race and Rand Paul in the race, it's going to be brought up. Rand Paul already said, my wife has said that Bill Clinton should be anywhere near the White House, given his track record with interns. Well, what about Hillary Rodham Clinton's track record defending what Bill Clinton did? When she went out on television and said the vast right-wing conspiracy, she was maligning and shaming every single woman that had ever come forward and made an allegation against her husband, and she knew it. It's called shame or blame. Defense lawyers do it all the time. You put the victim on the stand, and you shame her or you blame her. And that's exactly what Hillary Rodham Clinton did. And why that's not a campaign issue is beyond me. But I'll tell you what, this could make it one. How hypocritical. War on women. But one of the biggest icons in the party, the wife of one of the biggest icons in the party, clearly had her hands on the nuts or slut strategy, yet she gets a pass. Why? 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 1-800-222-5222. Now, I don't know who's telling the truth. He said, she said, isn't it? Well, why do we believe Woody Allen? Why do we believe Bill Clinton, especially when so many other people have made allegations against him? And why does his wife get a pass if she has had her fingerprints on the strategy that maligned Monica Lewinsky as delusional? Vernon Jordan called her that. Bill Clinton, of course, called her a public liar. Paula Jones was called, what did James Carville say? Drag $100 through a trailer park, no telling what you're going to get? Not a problem. There he is on CNN analyzing the race. Not a problem. Is this thing on? But the Republicans are engaging in a war on women, and you let Todd Akins use the term legitimate rape. Let's talk about that for days and days and days. And talk about being a bully, Bridgegate. If what Juanita Broaddrick alleges is true, what kind of bully is Hillary Rodham Clinton? I am Larry Elder, Talk Radio 790 KABC. 1-800-222-5222 is the number. Taking your calls on the open letter that was written by the adopted daughter of Woody Allen. I said biological daughter, adopted daughter. I think he adopted her when she was 4 or 5. The brother is named Ronan Farrow, and he is the one some people suspect is a biological child of Frank Sinatra, not of Woody Allen. But from what I can tell, he is perceived to be the biological son of Woody Allen. He feels that his sister is telling the truth and has repeatedly said so. His sister in the letter says that Woody Allen repeatedly molested her, but that people believed her. And what the son of Woody Allen is angry about is that people thought his sister and his mom were lying. And what I've said is that he worked for Hillary Rodham Clinton, who called Juanita Broaddrick, well, according to Juanita Broaddrick, threatened Juanita Broaddrick, to say nothing of going on television and saying about the vast right-wing conspiracy, and in effect trivializing every single claim made by every woman against her husband. Now, was she involved in the nuts or slut strategy? According to a book called The Whistleblower by Marinka Peshman, she was heavily involved in this nuts or slut strategy. And I think you don't really need a book. Anybody who knows anything at all about the Clintons and about how hands-on Hillary was and has been in her husband's career, it's awfully difficult to believe that, well, I'll just leave how you handle these so-called bimbo eruptions to the experts. I won't say anything. My point is that Ronan Farrow's boss, Hillary Rodham Clinton, was doing the very same thing that he accuses people of having done towards his sister and towards his mother, and that is to malign them, demean them in exchange for believing somebody because he's rich and powerful and important. See, now, a moment ago I was talking about this letter that was written by the adopted daughter of Woody Allen, who alleges that Woody Allen, over an extended period of time, molested her. Woody Allen, through his lawyer, put out a statement, of course, denying it, and said there'll be further elaboration on this down the road. Someone asked me what I would do if I were Woody Allen and someone was making an allegation like this. And I would sue for defamation. It's very hard to prove it when you're a public figure, but I would still sue because it's such an ugly, ugly kind of allegation to make. And but then that would mean I'd have to put my kid on and call my kid a liar and all of that. But this is pretty serious stuff. And the reason it is serious stuff is not because of the award that Woody Allen received from Golden Globes, and it shouldn't be taken back because the Golden Globes award was not given to him for being Father of the Year. It was given to him for his body of work. And similarly, the Academy Award nomination that Cate Blanchett has is given to her not because she starred in a movie that was one that was directed by somebody who's been accused of molesting a child, but he starred in a movie, period. And it was a brilliant performance, and she's going to get the Oscar and should. Woody Allen is not running for president. Hillary Rodham Clinton is. And I think this whole incident sheds a lot of light on something I've been talking about for a long time, and that's the pass that media has given and women have given Hillary Rodham Clinton for reasons that confound me. I get the idea that you want to love your husband and you love your husband warts and all, and when your husband is attacked, you circle the wagon that you defend him. But when the allegations are rape, when the allegations are sexual assault in the case of Kathleen Willey, when the allegations are sexual harassment in the case of Paula Jones, and there are other things about him that you know about, and you go along with it, and you look the other way, and blame other people, and threaten the alleged victim, which is what Juanita Broderick says Hillary Rodham Clinton did to her, I think it's a conversation, don't you? Anita Hill was believed. He said, she said. And by the way, I believed her, and I said so. I believe that this guy said to her, there's a pubic hair on my coke. I believe that Clarence Thomas did everything that Anita Hill said that he did. And to me, that still does not make him disqualified to become a Supreme Court justice, and I said so then, and I say so now. He was a clumsy guy who had gotten divorced and was trying to hit on a woman and didn't know what the hell to do. Shouldn't have done it. It was stupid, but therefore he shouldn't be on the Supreme Court, please. These are not allegations of a pubic hair on a coke. These are allegations of rape. These are allegations of sexual assault. These are allegations of sexual harassment. And Hillary Rodham Clinton is running for president. Bill got away with it. He's done. He's gone. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm not worried about him being near interns, which is what Rand Paul's wife said, although it's interesting, I think, way of putting the toe in the water on this issue. But if Chris Christie is being hammered for Bridgegate, even if he didn't give a direct order, clearly, based on his management style, people inferred from that they could do blah, 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 blah. And you want to tell me Hillary had nothing whatever to do with the way Carville goes out and calls Paula Jones trailer park trash? Had nothing to do with the way Vernon Jordan called Monica Lewinsky delusional? Had nothing to do with Clinton defenders calling Jennifer Flowers a saloon singer? And we're to believe that Juanita Broderick, who didn't write a book, went on Fox News and told Sean Hannity that Hillary threatened her and she was lying. So she's lying, Jennifer Flowers is lying, Dolly Cal Browning is lying, Kathleen Willey is lying, Paula Jones is lying, everybody's lying except for Bill. And I'm a bad guy for bringing it up. And it's old news. No, it's not. Mitt Romney has to deal with an allegation for days that 40 years ago he held some kid down when he was 13 years old and cut his hair off. Doesn't even remember it, but he had to respond to that for days and days and days. And Paul Begala, one of the Clinton aides, who's now an analyst on CNN, wrote a piece, and he said, and I quote, "Once a bully, always a bully," referring to Mitt Romney, meaning if Mitt Romney did that 40 years ago, he's still the same guy. Well, what about Hillary Rodham Clinton going after the vast right-wing conspiracy? And talk about being a bully. If Juanita Broderick is telling the truth, she was directly threatened by Hillary. She said she squeezed my hand real hard and said, You're gonna do the right thing now, aren't you? And made it very clear what she meant by you're gonna do the right thing. Is this thing on? Now, why is it that when Todd Aiken said legitimate rape, that's a big issue for days and days and days? And Kathleen Willey goes on 60 Minutes and made her allegation. Juanita Broderick was on Dateline NBC and made her allegation. And what happened? After Kathleen Willey went on, believe it or not, feminist Gloria Steinem wrote a piece and said, well, even if you believe what Kathleen Willey said, which is that he took her hand and put it on his erect genitalia, that's not sexual harassment. That's not molestation. Because when she said stop, he stopped. What? This is what you guys have done, feminists have done, twist yourself up in a pretzel to ignore bad conduct on the part of people that you like. You're not going to get away with it this time. A number of you want to weigh in on what I've been saying about Woody Allen and how the accusation that he molested his daughter will impact the race in 2016. Before I take some of your calls, one more quick point. One of the reasons this bothers me so much is all of this nonsense about the Republican Party engaging in a war on women that was so successfully used to malign the party and to help the Democratic Party get so much of the female vote, including the single female vote. This is a party that's accused of engaging in a war on women. But you look at the party's big cultural icons, JFK, Bill Clinton. I'm not going to get into their private life, but you know what I'm talking about. And there was a book that was published by a guy named Ron Suskind. Ron Suskind was given access to the White House by the Obama administration. And probably they regretted it because one of the persons the author interviewed is a woman named Anita Dunn. Anita Dunn was then the White House communications director. And she told Suskind that the sexism at the Obama White House was so thick that if this were the private sector, you'd have a hostile work environment, cause of action. The book was published. She denied having said it. Unfortunately for her, fortunately for the author, he taped her. And another writer who inquired about the authenticity of all of this played these tapes and wrote a piece and said not only was Anita Dunn quoted, she was quoted verbatim. So you have the former female communications director referring to the Obama White House as so sexist, if it were the private sector, you'd be able to file a hostile workplace action. The Obama White House pays its male staffers more than its female staffers. I'm not accusing him of discrimination. I'm just saying that's the case. And this is an administration that's talking about equal pay for equal work. When Obama was in the Senate, he paid his male staffers more money than his female staffers. When he was running for presidency, he paid his male staffers more than his female staffers. And by the way, Senator Dianne Feinstein pays her male staffers more than she pays her female staffers, as does apparently Senator Barbara Boxer. Hello, is this thing on? And so it's just a bit much, isn't it? War on women. Women should be paid equal work for equal pay. And yet, Feinstein, Boxer, Obama, and by the way, during the campaign, the race between Obama and John McCain paid his female staffers more than his male staffers. Maybe that's why he lost. I'm not trying to demean anybody. I'm just saying maybe he chose people instead of their competence based upon making sure he had a diverse campaign team instead of an effective team. I don't know. You tell me. So one more time, Obama continues to assert that women make 77 cents on the dollar compared to men. Never mind that if you look at the top highest paying majors in college, they are dominated by men. Look at the top 10 lowest paid categories of majors. They're dominated by female. Fast forward, surprise, surprise, women make less money. Hello? Now, does he think you guys are stupid? Or does he want you to be stupid? Meaning the more dumbed down the education is, the more likely you're going to respond to emotional arguments that are not fact-based. Something's going on here. Because he keeps saying it, even though even the Washington Post says it's not true. But he still says it.
You know, today, women make up about half our workforce. But they still make 77 cents for every dollar a man earns. That is wrong. And in 2014, it's an embarrassment.